Shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahushai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. The Rakakwadash is the Holy Spirit. In the Paleo-Hebrew, and double honors to the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit. Lord willing, they can continue to endure and be sincere. In the mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth in the same spirit, teaching this word and believing this word. Lord willing, they can continue to endure and be sincere. Shalom to the Akwatiyum that are believers of the faith and the truth. Lord willing, you can continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. Right? There's a lot going on. My brother Asher, and a few brothers was talking about, the United Nations having a meeting in New York. Then came across, the House of Republican talking about the WHO, right? The World Health Organization, and one thing that stuck out, they was talking about Kamala Harris and Biden and them want to be connected to these other nations. Donald Trump, of course, he said he wants to push to cut off NATO or cut off all these allies, and really it's the Lord brewing, before I came in this truth, I wasn't a person to really watch politics and really go in the news. But when you come into this truth, Salaki, you got to be a newscaster. You got to always be watching and measuring the time. 2nd Ezra chapter 9, and they talking. This lady is like the men and the lady in there is actually a couple of them, and they talking. They even saying that they don't want to be connected with by putting their power or their government in the hands of other leaders or other nations, which they feel the Democratic Party pushes those things, right? And that made me think of something. I always bring this verse out. 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 41. This same spirit is out again. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and every one should leave his law to all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. And many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. Right? And in this system, a lot of Israelites are going to consent to this one world system, right? This charagma, right? Very plain and simple. Revelations 13, 16, 17, right? Because in order to buy and sell, you're going to need their new MARK. You got Bill Gates pushing the mRNA. If you don't get that, you are not considered a citizen. They're over here using scientists, like what we see in Isaiah 54 and 16. The Lord has made the smith and the waster, which is the scientists, right? The engineers that make these missiles, these nukes, and it's the left-hand side guiding and helping Esau to really to usher out Yahweh Shem Yahushai's plan, right? This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Right? We should be hearing what's going on, especially in the place that we're at. Especially the face of the world is America. But they're distracting with this Diddy bullshit, And he's a damn demon himself, He consented to the ways of the heathen. And you got Jake distracted about sports and all these other things. But this is that modern Greek and Rome thing. They distract you with sports while they're doing mischievous things behind the scene. What is that? Proverbs 4:16. They don't get no sleep unless they have somebody fall fall into mischief. Going to this word sovereignty, Sovereignty is the concept of supreme authority or the right of a nation or a group of people to be self-governing. It can also be defined as freedom from external control or autonomy. Autonomy. Here are some key aspects of sovereignty. Hierarchy. Sovereignty involves a hierarchy within a state where one person, body, or institution has ultimate authority over others. And when you consume that body, it would be that beast, right? When we see in Revelation the 13th chapter, Revelations the 17th chapter, right? Let's go up. When we go to verse 11, it says, "And behold, another beast coming out of the earth, and had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon," right? As an Edomite. Revelations 12. We're going to go back to 13 real quick. Revelations 12 verse 1, "And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars, which is the children of Israel." You know? In verse 12 it says, "She being with child cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head." Now we can't get stupid in this thing, right? When you go to Daniel the 7th chapter, there's only one beast that has 7 heads and 10 horns, 7 crowns upon his heads, and that was the Romans, right? That was the 4th beast in Daniel the 7th chapter, right? And the Romans was Italians. They were Idumeans. They were Edomites, right? When you go into that red race, it's Esau. We can click it right there. But let me read verse 4. It says, "His tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven." Because we've seen in verse 1, Israel is considered stars, right? Or they're symbolizing as stars. And it says that this tail, this dragon, you know, his tail, you know, the third part of the stars of heaven, right? He drew, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, because those was the majority. Especially when you like look at the Greek captivity and Roman captivity. Yes, some of the northern kingdom was with them, but the handful of the southern kingdom was on that side, was in the hands of the Greek captivity, was in the hand of the Roman captivity, right? And you got to think, when Herod went around killing the firstborn, he was killing Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, right? Israelites. So it says, "And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born." Going into Mashiach Yahushai. You know, if you keep reading, you'll get the understanding, right? This is really speaking of Herod, right? Now, going back to Revelations 13, verse 11, now that we know that dragon is speaking about Rome are Edomites. This is for the ones that get it and know, right? This is not for me to debate or make anybody believe this, right? Verse 12, "And he exercised of all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed." And the thing about Rome, you know, Esau, he conquered people, and what does he do? He basically takes certain ideas from certain empires, right? So when we go back to First Maccabees, you've seen that word democracy, right? When you go into, I want to get it, yep, First Maccabees 8 and 15, moreover, how they had made themselves a senate house, wherein 320 men sat in council daily, consulting a way for the people, to the end they might be well ordered, right? And America is doing the same thing as Rome, making a senate house. The Greeks, a senate house, right? And when we go back to this right here, you got people in Congress, Senate in this video, and you got other videos where you see the Senate House and the Congress making rules, establishing order. you know? And so the higher up elites is going to give down that order of a new world order, a system that the whole world is going to have to be under. Jeremiah 5, 51 and 7, people is really, yeah, America is falling, but America, through the higher elites, they're going to establish this one world order through this head, which is America, you know, because America is a bully, you know, and they're going to force it, and the nations are going to be mad, and eventually they're going to be against them, right? So, you know, I had to keep it short because the motivation is very high, but I'm at this dumbass plantation. Lord willing, this is edifying to you to keep watch. Always keep watch and be alert. So with that, I'm going to give all praise to the one true power, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash, Shalom, Shalom.